Ahoy!
Arr! Good morning, boys and girls.
One of those stupid days where it's like talk like a pirate day. And then I see everybody jumping on board. I'm like, this is dumb.
Right. This is dumb. But it's fun.
And here we are.
Right. Here we
So,
are.
I'm going to make you walk the plank by the end of the show. It's going to happen.
All right.
So poor Hank is suffering from pollenitis.
Oh, my goodness.
You're not the only one. My husband picks like the most uncomfortable time to sneeze.
Really?
When we're in public. We were doing a gig at one of the yacht clubs on Saturday and sneezed and just it was absolutely disgusting. And I'm like, go wipe your nose. Like, we're in public. People see you. I couldn't even hold my disgust.
Oh, geez.
I felt so bad.
So let me apologize in advance if I have to clear my throat. I don't know why I'm wearing these because I can't hear.
Well, it's better than yesterday where I did a whole show where I realized that I was not even on our regular microphones. We were on the camera. And I'm like, well, it is what it is. It's just, I am so overwhelmed. By the way, if anybody ever wants to host a music bingo or trivia, or you think you've got the chops to do so, the pay is great. And I would love to hire you. I can't get anybody to fill some jobs. And we've got lots of great jobs here. We're growing as a company, which is exciting.
Yes.
We just won another award last week. So that was really thrilling to be up there. Cape Cod 5 had quite a sweep for themselves.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I feel like they won every award that they were put up for. Mark Petralia ended up leaving with best overall restaurant, best martini, which I can say when I think martini, I think tomatoes. I will go there all day for their espresso martinis. Absolutely delicious.
I don't drink them, but Mari does. And she actually, any drink of tomatoes. There's something about any drink of tomatoes. You can get a glass of water and somehow you walk out going,
it's the most delicious water I've ever had.
Yeah. Yeah, best water I've ever had.
It is true.
I don't know what he does, but keep doing it, Mark.
Thank you. Yes, it was a great night. I got to spend some great time with friends and hang out. So that was really nice. Although, Mark's a little overwhelming when you're in a room, and he had crossed the stage accepting his third or fourth award at the time.
Yeah.
Before he was like, well, I'm glad you won something. Makes it for having the night off. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Good morning, Dan. How are you?
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. It's about your season, right? Dan does a horror podcast.
Oh, really?
With his girlfriend. And it's actually a very good podcast if you're into that genre. And even if you're not, they get some really great guests. And it's almost your season, my friend. Fall hits us, 2 a.m. on Friday?
That's right. Unbelievable.
So that's our question of the day. What tastes like fall to you?
Well, I guess you got to say pumpkin. You
No,
really can't avoid it.
Apple.
Apple. Oh, okay. Apple. Cinnamon.
Yes, like spiced apples, I
Right.
think for me, or apple cider season.
Right.
And anytime I could, it's also fruit fly season.
Mhm.
I don't know what's going on. I ordered trash service because we've got this unique issue here on the Cape where no town comes with just town trash.
No.
You have to find creative ways to remove your refuse. It's
Right.
ridiculous.
Either do it yourself, which is okay when you're looking for something to do and hey, this is fun, and you have little kids. I used to take Megan used to go with me to the landfill in Sandwich all the time until she got too old and it wasn't fun. And then Mariana came along many, many years later, and we did it again, and it was a blast. It was part of our Saturday morning thing. And then when Mariana said, I don't want to do this anymore, Papa.
Like,
it was
okay, we've expired.
Okay, time to get trash pickup.
Lisa,
because I decided, you know what? You're too old to be doing this.
Lisa says, no, we're not talking like a pirate today. We're going to have a full day of it over at the Cape Cod Children's Museum. You're welcome. Good morning, Cindy. Hey, Mari. And thank you very much. I appreciate you. And yes, it's always apples. Good morning, Sarah. Thank you for joining us on the show today. We welcome everyone from whatever it is that you're doing today. It looks like we're going to see the sun.
Yes.
My poor aunt's visiting from Florida, and I think she got in her submarine yesterday from Brewster and came and visited me for trivia. We had a very full night last night. Good morning, Amanda. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, that's really cool how that Monday night trivia is really taken off.
Well, it's something to do on a Monday. It's something fun. It's a departure. If you've ever played any of our trivias, it's not super competitive. We're just out to have a really good time. And regardless of win or lose, it's a show. Like we really are there to entertain you for a couple of hours. So we put a lot of effort into it. And Cliff has gotten really clever with the cutouts yesterday. So it was on the screen. He cut out the picture of the person,
Oh, really?
and then you had to guess who was missing from the movie scene.
Oh,
And then you guess
gee.
the movie. I mean, people crushed that one. They were feeling really good about it. That was a fun one. So
Mhm.
you never know what you're going to get. We had a lot of F words, and that will continue tonight at Shipwrecked.
A lot
where
of what
we-
words?
F words.
Okay.
Food, family,
Oh, okay.
friends,
Okay.
not swears.
I thought I was walking into. I thought I was walking into something that we.
Not expletives.
Okay.
Good morning, Lynn. Thanks for joining us this morning. Hey, Chris, you're getting ready for your bed night. Thank you for spending it with us. He works the overnights. So
okay.
we get him. We're the show before he goes to bed.
Oh, okay.
We're like his late night television. Way better than Jimmy Fallon, whose
Well,
birthday it is
hey,
today.
at least we're alive.
Yeah, right?
Okay,
Facts.
Explain this to me. Okay, I'm drawing a blank
Thank you,
on her.
Cindy.
I'm drawing a blank on her name. Who was going to come back with her talk show?
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore.
Yep.
Was going to come back. They had rules in place that she could have guests
Mm-hmm.
and, not get into trouble with the writers and
But the
everything.
writers came for her.
And then all of a sudden she was talked to
Mm-hmm.
and she issued a sincere apology.
Jennifer Hudson was going through the same thing with her show because she was attempting to do the same thing, but she was kind of bullied
That's
out of
what
doing her show.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so then how is it that you can't do a talk show, which is like a live kind of thing, which can't be all that scripted.
I understand.
But you can do sports. You can do Monday Night Football.
I know.
Isn't that scripted?
I know.
I mean, they just don't stand there and do everything cold, right?
Right.
So it's got to be written by somebody.
Well, that is the problem we're seeing since we just had Monday. You said Monday Night Football is now extended because they don't
Yes.
have writers.
Monday Night Football
So
is
they're like
now
all football all the time on ABC.
Right. Monday Night Football is now a doubleheader. The first game is on ESPN at 7. The second game is on ABC at 8.
Not that I'll ever be awake for any of that.
Right.
Even when it was the Patriots,
Ugh.
whatever that was.
Which means though, on Monday nights, football game 8 to 11, ABC has live original programming instead of reruns on Mondays.
All right. At least that network has it.
Right.
Oh, you already have your Halloween costume? I love it. And yes, apples and cider does taste like fall.
Cider.
Caramel apples, apple pies. Yes, thank
Cider
you.
that's heavy on the cinnamon.
Yes, he's very excited for fall. I am too. I just got like a bunch of new fall dresses I am thrilled to wear. I got my Jack Skellington dress.
Oh, you do?
I do. I'm very excited the minute it hits fall. I'm going to be wearing all of that. I got a whole new attire.
We're
Get
big
cold.
We're big Jack Skellington fans.
Me too. So I'm looking forward to that.
We have at least one, if not two. Excuse me, folks.
Pollen count number one.
Jack Skellington blow-ups that we can't
fun.
that we can't use anymore where we live.
Oh.
We've got a Christmas one. He's sitting on a train.
Oh.
You want it?
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, absolutely. I need some other fun things because we got to talk about the Christmas market.
I think we have
perfectly.
a small, I think we still do, Jack Skellington Santa. That's a blow-up.
Awesome.
You want it?
Yeah.
It's yours.
Yes. I will take all of the blow-ups.
Okay.
Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Got to find a lawnmower at this moment in time because I broke that one. Stephanie mowed the lawn for 30 seconds and broke the lawnmower. I tried to pitch in, but that's not really where my talents lie.
Apparently not.
So I'm just enjoying whatever wildness is going on in my front yard right now. I took a photo of it yesterday because the wildflowers amongst the grass that's taller than my dog, they're beautiful.
Well, you're just being very ecologically.
That's right. I'm letting it roll. We're having a Cape Cod lawn, as they call it.
Right.
I don't know. I did see, since we were talking about Disney and Jack Skellington, that they had to shut down Disney World.
I saw that.
They had a little visitor. And not little. It was a bear.
Uh-oh.
It was a wild bear.
One of those?
No, an actual bear.
Okay, not one of the problems.
No, there are bears there every day.
Okay.
This is an actual wildlife bear, an animal, if you will, roaming about Disney, enjoying himself to the point where they had to shut it down.
They're popping up everywhere. Like in the news, it seems like every day there's a story about a bear being somewhere where they
They're
shouldn't
hungry.
be.
This is before they like hunker down for the
Right?
winter.
I guess.
They're out there foraging just
I
like
guess.
everybody else.
God,
There's just, it's too people-y out there for them.
and if you're doing whale watches right now,
So many whales.
it's insane.
Yeah.
There was one we saw posted the other day. We think because, I mean, largely because all the tourists are gone and there's no boats. This particular whale watch, the one out of Barnstable Harbor, I think, they saw 20 whales.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah. And they know the names of all of them.
Yep.
And it's really cool.
Well, they are actually tracking everything that's out there. They have to.
Yeah.
Just for boating safety and whatnot. So
yeah. I have a friend who right now is the marine naturalist on a cruise from.
what a fun job.
He's the marine naturalist on a cruise from Alaska to Japan.
Yes, please.
Right.
I wonder if it's going to see that trash barge.
Oh, I don't know. There was he had to rescue some kind of bird the other day that got caught on the ship and no one knew what to do with it. And Todd had to come to the rescue.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah. He's a whale guy. He's written books about whales, particularly about narwhals and all of that. So
I feel like I picked the wrong field at some point. Those I really wish that I had gotten out there in nature.
Yeah. Well, Mariana keeps saying she wants to be a marine biologist or a marine naturalist.
Well, look at where we live. Get out there.
And we're rooting for it.
Get exploring. Go see Hui. There's got to be programs over there.
There's got to be. There's got to be.
Exactly.
And one of the few places where you can major in marine biology happens to be the University of Tampa.
Oh.
So she's saying to us,
Papa's not got a problem with that.
Do you think you guys could like buy a house down in Tampa? I went, okay.
Anything from what my baby wants, my baby gets. Hank is on it.
Right. Absolutely. I don't mind moving to Tampa. I can still be on Lemonade Radio.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. You can be everywhere.
That's right.
Oh, good morning, Dad. Fresh cinnamon and apple donuts. Yes.
Oh, like those guys who make them and mashed pecans.
So good.
They've got to be coming out soon, right?
The kettle donuts.
Yes.
They're so good.
You can smell them. You get out of your car anywhere in mashed pecans. And it's like, the donut guys.
I tried to go over to the new donut place to pick up some donuts. Yeah, they weren't open. What kind of donut place doesn't open until almost 9 o'clock? That does not cut it for me. We're morning people. I need breakfast at like 6 a.m. if I'm going to a morning meeting that I wanted to pick up donuts for and surprise the guys. And I'm like, wait, what? What time do they open? Sorry, we have an 8:30 meeting. This is not going to work for me.
Those donuts are really good.
Everybody loves them.
They're really expensive. And you can get a sugar high within 2 or 3 bites.
You know what though? If it's good, I'd rather just pay an extra couple of bucks. It makes me want.
They're excellent.
Yeah, it's more of a treat situation.
Yes,
or need them accessible. I don't need my diabetes immediately accessible. I need to work for it a little bit. Okay, I'm working on that. Oh, red mulled wine. Yes, I'm sorry. I know I didn't mean to. Dan's hungry and we're talking about those things. Well, I had a gross, disgusting shake this morning because I'm trying to just, I don't know, live a little longer. So I'm working on it. Can't do all of the things all of the time.
No, it's
so
hard.
Yesterday we were talking about Monday Night Football, how they're expanding it because we've got the writer strike going on.
Yep.
Also the Patriots just stink. The Patriots stink. Red Sox, one of my business workers tried to give me Red Sox tickets. And I was like, oh, thanks. No. First off, I don't have a night to go to a game. Right. Secondly, I can't afford to even park there. Thirdly, they stink. What the hell am I going to be watching on TV? That's awful.
Yeah, they're playing the Red Sox are playing they're playing the kids now. You know, that's the biggest, white flag. Okay, we're done for this year. Let's bring everybody up. Let's see how they handle Major League pitching and all of that. And they're just playing out the string.
Had they invited me to go to the Barbie thing that they're going to be doing at Kenway, is what they're calling it.
Oh, Lord.
I would have said yes to that.
When's that?
I guess it's coming at the end of the month. I mean, any way to make a buck, I feel like Fenway's like, sure, let's do that.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Kenway.
Kenway. I thought, whatever. It's clever.
Ken is not in the National Toy Hall of Fame, apparently. He's been nominated. Apparently she is, but he isn't.
He's an accessory.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
Right? Mari, Patriots have to realize they're not the same team without Tom Brady, and they can't try and win in the fourth quarter anymore. Yeah, Mac just doesn't. He panics.
Yeah, no.
He panics and then throws away the ball. It's just not great.
No.
It's not exciting to watch in those moments anymore. No one's digging in.
It's not going to be appointment watching. It's not going to be, I got to stay awake till 12:30 in the morning.
Yeah, no.
That's not going to.
We're not like that anymore anyway. Since pandemic, I feel like everyone's like, meh, there's tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no
I haven't seen any like people getting really excited for really anything.
No.
And you said you got to watch out with the new COVID shots because you get nice big fat bills.
Yeah. Here's what happened with the COVID shots, folks. The federal government funding for your COVID shots, well, that's ran out. So when you get your COVID shot, you may get a bill because your insurance company hasn't added the COVID shot yet to its list of things that they cover. So don't be surprised. People are getting their undies in a bunch about it, but it's just one of those things that fell by the wayside when, the National Emergency COVID blah, blah, blah Act expired. And people are saying, all right, if I have to pay for it, screw it. I'm not going to get it.
Right.
And who knows where we're going to end up.
Yeah, because we're seeing big numbers bounce back now again. Here we are.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. People are getting sick again. So, never mind.
Dan says, I saw the Celtics this year win a double overtime in Indiana. It was basically all Celtics fans here. Closest thing to home.
Right.
That's probably got to be the best is when you can see our home teams elsewhere for way cheaper.
That's right. That's right. Well, go to Toronto and see the Blue Jays. Except they dropped 3 to the Blue Jays this weekend. But it's always been a trip I've wanted to take.
Yeah.
Toronto's a great city. Catch a couple of ball games and hang out in Toronto. But it's on the bucket list.
Yeah. It's a nice stadium.
It is.
Yeah. My dad immigrated through Canada. So we've got family still up that way. And we'll be up there every once in a while. Hi, cousin Tony. Thanks for joining us on the feed this morning. Got lots of visitors from all over today.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Yeah, we do.
Let's see what else is going on in the world. It's voter registration day. And now we're 1 year away from the big one.
Yes.
Which my daughter will absolutely be voting in.
Excellent.
So weird. I just don't really think of her as an adult, especially yesterday when I was shelling out all of the dollars for her root canal.
Ooh. At her age?
I know. I've never even had one.
Oh, good heavens. No, neither have I.
She just got bad teeth. I don't know what happened. I think I was on antibiotics when I was gestating.
Oh, my.
Poor thing has terrible teeth. I'll take the blame on that one. I'm paying for it anyway.
Oh, she's way too young for a root canal.
Yeah, she was born with no enamel. It's just like a weird thing. So she's just got no.
And they can't
No, they can't just paste it on.
They can't put fake enamel on. They can do fake other things, but
I know,
can't do
right?
fake
Can
enamel.
we work on this, please? Dental work is the worst. I really feel bad. All of my kids need it at some point.
And insurance never covers
No.
it. Even if you have dental insurance.
It's my daughter's favorite saying.
You want to hear a 2-word joke?
Back.
Sure. Hear a 2-word joke? Dental insurance.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yep.
All right, we're not here to complain. I saw that Katy Perry's got big dental bills because she just sold her entire music catalog.
Oh, she did?
$225 million.
Wow.
Meanwhile, her ex right now, Russell Brand.
He's in trouble.
Yucky. I posted something not realizing the story is about Russell Brand yesterday, and I was like,
Yeah.
and we're taking that down. We're not making any jokes about nasty human beings.
And then there's somebody who was in the movie Little Shop of Horrors with Steve Martin, who's saying that, he assaulted her and everything else.
Really?
Well, no, it all has to do with, there are a couple of scenes where, there was a punch or there was a slap. And I guess she's saying he hit her too hard or whatever. And the director, Frank Oz, is saying, no, he didn't. I was right there. This didn't happen. This actress also once claimed she was in a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger that he passed gas during a scene with her. So I'm not sure about this lady.
Okay. Well, so what if he did? Like, why?
Oh, she was traumatized.
Oh,
He must have had
I
sour
believe
braten
it.
for
It's that
dinner or something.
bodybuilding. Probably his whey protein. Frank Oz was Yoda. Why would Yoda lie?
That's right.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Dan.
But it's, it's just, I don't doubt, the Russell Brand stuff or whatever, but it's just like you see this stuff randomly pop up all of a sudden. And it's like, what? Where did that come from? How long did that person
I know.
wait before they raised their hand and said something? And
well, victims have to be, ready to talk about it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
get it.
Oh, I
We're
understand
never
that.
on a timeline when it comes to stuff like that. It's just that we always knew he was a creep. I'm sad it took that long for everybody else to know he was a creep.
Oh, I always thought he was creepy.
Right? Because he's gross. He looks like he smells. Sorry.
And I never understood why Katy Perry hooked up with him. I always thought she
know.
was so much better than him.
Yeah. Well,
He must have some redeeming quality.
he's funny, or was funny, or perceived to be funny.
I think perceived to be funny.
Yeah.
I mean, he needs a haircut. Probably needs to shave more than once a week. I mean,
that's not his problem. That's not the biggest problems. Speaking of problems, Sandwich PD, never disappointing if you're not following the Sandwich Police blotter. Why? It is comedy and then some.
There are several entries in the most latest one. That I don't know how many.
We love our crazy crime here at 1180. We just enjoy it.
But anything that begins with a quote from a song. It was a nice day for a white wedding.
That's good, Hank.
That's how the quote, that's how this thing begins. A quote from Billy Idol, no less. It was a nice day for a white wedding. The Army Corps called to assist in breaking an unauthorized gathering on federal property. The group was refusing to leave. Fortunately, the revelers were dispersing upon our arrival. We really didn't want to break up a wedding. Lovebirds, please note, this is not an occasion where it is better to ask forgiveness than permission.
All right.
So somebody was staging a wedding somewhere on property in Sandwich controlled by the Army Corps, and they apparently didn't think to ask the Army Corps if, hey, would you mind if we...
Why was that such a desirable spot for a wedding?
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. And then following that is a
I want to know. I want to talk about the one in your old neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because apparently these are known offenders.
Yeah, Mari, listen to this. Officers were dispatched to Canterbury Estates for a report of an individual vandalizing vehicles, which ended up not being the case. What they found was two intoxicated women engaged in a verbal and physical altercation. Both will be summoned to court for assault and battery of the dangerous weapon, the weapons of choice being a radiator cover and a cell phone. Mari, I think we know where this happened.
Do you know these people?
I think we do.
And you said they're just known for their raucous fights, and usually after a couple of libations.
Yes, and very loud heavy metal music. Right, Mari, jump in.
I love it.
Am I right or am I wrong?
Yep, I bet ya. She's responded yes.
Yeah.
Anything else from the police? They had some good ones in there today.
Okay, let me see. There's several. Let me see.
What about the one with the guy pulled over on the side of the road?
Oh. Let me find it.
Because that was a good one. Like, you didn't even pull all the way over. You just stopped sort of on the road, sort of off the road.
And then there's the guy who stole something.
All right, yeah.
In the company truck.
So I'll just quickly tell the one with the person was pulled over. So the cops are like, "Oh, does this person need help?"
Yeah.
So he rolls up on the window, and there's the guy rolling up a joint. Like, you couldn't even get all the way off the road. You couldn't just find a place to park to roll that. I've never found myself in a situation where I just needed to roll a joint while being on the road.
And you couldn't pull at least all the way over. You couldn't find somebody's driveway and then roll the joint.
What? I don't get it.
Okay, here's the other one. Some guys make our job easier. One of them decided to take an item without paying at a local convenience store, presumably while on a break from his job. The store owner contacted police with his assistance and some deductive reasoning. Officers theorized the man's employer was the company whose name was prominently displayed on the truck he was driving.
If you're in a branded vehicle, don't commit crimes.
They're going to find you. They're going to find you. The guy apologized for his bad decision, but he's going to be summoned to court anyway for being an idiot.
Dan said he found out the other day that his neighbor on the other side of his duplex is a bank robber.
Oh, jeez.
I won't be asking to borrow any sugar. That's awesome. And then there was another one in there today, and we'll round out. We'll leave the sandwich police alone. But this was a funny one where a woman had called the sandwich police because she was staying at a hotel and they didn't come for room service. So
yeah, no, housekeeping.
Oh, housekeeping. They did not come.
So they called the police. Who informed them that hotel housekeeping is not part of their job description.
Yeah, his bank robber didn't have Lemonadio sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean,
just like
then,
another one.
What's the point of robbing the bank then? I mean, you need to be wearing your Lemonadio shades.
That was the guy in Nantucket, right?
The one
Speaking of Nantucket, the Nantucket boat guy.
I was obsessed with this story last week. If you had not heard, there was a gentleman who had a yacht that was floating off of Nantucket, retired doctor. And they had to be called. The police were called because there was a woman on the boat that wanted off, suspected drug overdose. They get there and it was like the cartel. He had guns, he had prostitutes, he had it was a Lifetime movie. Turns out that's where he was filming his floatable porn or whatever the hell.
Right
he was
now, there are
watching out
stories
there.
that porn movies have been filmed on this guy's
Like
boat.
the story gets. I knew this story was good.
Oh yeah, this is good.
Like, this is like
I
want what?
So somebody with
Nantucket,
with a subscription to like Pornhub or something, Google sex on boats, and let us know what you find.
No, none of that. Heck no.
But aren't you curious?
Just tell me about it.
Aren't you curious to look like in the background and
No.
say, "Oh, that's Nantucket. I
No.
recognize that."
I'm good.
No.
Say some Hail Marys for me this week when you go see Father Healy.
Oh my! Have you been to see Father Healy yet? By the way?
I called over there. I spoke
Okay.
with Miss Mary in the rectory. I have to call very specific times in which they can have conversations.
Oh, okay.
So I need to either physically go over there or get right with them.
Okay.
Working on doing
Well, you could
something for the food pantry.
I know one time you could probably catch him. Go to confession.
They don't have time for that.
Say,
I'll
by
light
the way,
building
Father,
on
while
fire.
I'm here.
Oh, your wife said behave, Henry. You got the full name today. You're in trouble. Speaking of full name in trouble, I saw this story. How many times do we have our children blaming us for things? Like it's our fault. It's our fault for this X, Y, and Z, like things that are out of our control. College student blames his parents for being short and undateable. So,
Well, that is a genetic thing, isn't it?
I don't know about undateable. I feel like that's a personality problem. But
Right.
describing himself as a 20-year-old male who's 5'3",
Okay.
attends college, the man wrote, "The rest of his family is average to tall. My dad is 5'10", my mom's 5'6", brothers are 5'11", 6'1". He provided some more context. When I was 11 or 12, my doctor told my family that my pituitary gland was malfunctioning and acting unpredictably. So in the coming years, it would either stop producing growth hormone altogether. So if they
Or he'd be 9'11".
or he'd be like 6'3". They didn't know what was going to go.
Ugh.
He said it was impossible to predict which one would happen. They suggested hormone stabilizing shots, and his parents opted not to do that. So now he's blamed them for life. Go back to college. Make sure your brain works right and stop blaming everybody for your problems.
I'm sure some women like short guys. There are short women out there.
That's right. There's somebody for everybody.
Right.
Sorry that your body is
somebody
causing you
5'2"
distress.
would like somebody who's 5'3".
Yeah, right? There you go.
You know, you don't
It's
have
got to
to
be somebody out there for
You
you.
don't have to be 6'2" to get all the girls. I don't think. I don't know.
Honestly, it's your personality. And this guy
course.
sounds like his personality is not
Yeah.
great. So there are things you can work on.
Yeah.
Stop blaming your parents for your shortness.
Yeah.
It's a genetic thing. It's not your fault. It's not their fault
Not
either.
their fault. No.
Oh,
What is wrong with people, Steffi?
I can't help. Everybody's got somebody to blame, right? It's what they do in their life. Nothing I can do about it.
No.
I'm constantly at blame. Are you kidding me? I'm always in trouble. I didn't do anything. I'm always in trouble. Story of my life over here. We've got a lot of great things happening here at 1180, including working on some of our Christmas markets.
When with Christmas? We haven't even got to fall yet.
I know. Well, we're forward thinking, Hank.
Okay.
It's November 26th is going to be here before we know it. And if you're thinking about shopping, if you're an artisan out there is really what I'm looking for. If you're a local author, if you're making something cool, unique gift people, crafty people, please get a hold of me. We've got spots for you. I'm ordering these like blow up wedding tents.
Oh, really?
So they just, you blow it up.
Really?
Yeah. They look really, really cool and providing some sort of warmth because Farmer's Almanac says that we're going to have one of the worst winters.
Yeah.
That Mont Blanc, the French ski mountain,
Okay.
they've closed. They haven't had snow there in 3 years.
Holy cow.
And they said they're preparing for one of the biggest snowfalls they've ever had this winter. So I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, marketing is always 3 to 6 months ahead. Thank you, Serafina.
Right.
And Sethy, 66 days till Black Friday. I always feel like I've got the clock on my back. I really do. I'm like, oh my God, I'm Alice in Wonderland, the little rabbit there. I'm late.
For a very important date.
Seriously, I'm totally stressed out about it.
I'm late.
Well, I had already talked about my interesting meeting last week where I had a slit in my dress and my whole rear end was hanging out for half of the Mashpee Commons to see. So I have another meeting there coming up this week, and I'll make sure that I'm wearing pants this time.
Yeah, please.
I can't be doing this.
First impressions count.
I am a shit show. I really wish I wasn't.
And we're all happy to be a part of it.
But my former boss called it a train wreck. And I really never changed that direction. So hop on board. Choo choo. We're going. Thank you, Hank.
Happy to help.
All aboard. Welcome. I'll take you along. We'll have a good time.
Okay. But there's a fall market first.
I've got one October 15th.
Okay.
So we've got one more this Sunday, and then our October 15th.
Which is going to be where?
And that's going to be at the brewery.
Okay.
And then on the 26th, we move over to Knockabout's Beer Garden in the Commons area.
Right.
So we'll be over there.
And that's all legit.
Yeah, it is all legit.
Because there was something on social media with people saying, oh, this isn't legit. People are calling. Don't talk to them. And that was you.
We have had an interesting year. And thank you very much for all of my marketing friends and the people out there that do actually watch my back and watch what gets said and watch what's happening. So we've had some new young employees. And I'm really trying to empower them to make things on their own, do it themselves.
Right.
I don't need to hold your hand. I'm not going to micromanage you. And sometimes things go out without, our logo on them, without branding on them. Making everything looks like a scam this day and age. It really does.
Oh, yeah.
Between being hacked today, I accepted a friend request from somebody I know who is dead. And it took me a minute, and I even accepted it afterwards. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, he's dead.
Is he on your Christmas card list?
So now I got to go back and remove that person because it's probably a scam. And so I am thankful that people are like, that looks like a scam. Don't do that. However, it wasn't a scam. It was just our baby employees sending out emails. And this is not the first time. It won't be the last time.
Yep.
People do need to learn lessons, and I'm okay with it. Yes, it does stress me out because we're a small boutique business and every customer counts. Someone may lose 2 or 3 because people think it's a scam. That freaks me out. But it is the cost of doing business. And there are, once again, more customers and people that understand. Somebody's got to learn something. But it was our poor new girl's first day. And man, did she step in a bee's nest where I had 3 of my marketing friends text me. I had gone into one job. I had come out. I had phone calls from everyone. I'm like, oh, wow. I said, well, good news is your rest of your days with us can't be as bad as your first day.
That's right. You got it over with. You got that. Sorry, boss. I got to tell you something that I did.
Yeah, and it's okay. Mistakes do happen and you just have to roll with them. But we are working on getting this together. It has a website. It still doesn't have that little code to make sure that it's a legitimate website. So we need to work on that. Every single day, it's a new, fresh hell waiting for me in the studio, but we roll with the punches.
That's right.
And once again, the train wreck continues.
Woo,
Choo
woo.
choo.
But talk about everything being a scam. Anytime anybody posts anything about a missing pet,
That's a new one.
a missing elderly relative who somehow was wandered off, it's immediately dismissed as scam. And I'm really not quite sure if that's always true,
Yeah.
but it immediately gets dismissed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a scam, and okay.
Well, that's because we still, for whatever reason, are falling for it.
Right.
Oh, you need money. Oh, you need this. And people will still do it. The newest one was somebody that was on the Fabulous Falmouth Facebook page where they were posting the same set of patio furniture. 'Tis the season where everybody flips all of their stuff. So sometimes you can get a great deal. But if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. And if somebody's asking you for a Venmo before you're even there, that's a no. You should just know not to give somebody your money unless you've seen it in person, are holding it in your hands,
Oh my
or are
gosh.
meeting somebody in the police station parking lot.
Right.
Like these are the places where you need to be. Other than that, it's a scam, so don't do it. And people are still knowingly walking into these situations
Right.
on social afterwards, going, "Yeah, I knew it was stupid, but I still did it." And I'm
Right.
like, "But why?"
If you knew.
Right?
Well, you know what it is? I think sometimes you say to yourself, oh, this can't be a scam.
Not me. It
Not
won't
me.
happen to me.
No, I'm too smart for that. This has been reposted by somebody who I know, so it must be true. Particularly the missing elderly people stuff
Yeah.
really gets to me because that's not something you should be screwing around
No,
with.
but so last night,
Because if grandpa took off with the car keys and he's driving the car and he doesn't know where he's going, that's really serious.
I know that there was a real one of those that
Yeah.
happened over the weekend.
Yeah.
But yesterday I had posted our weekly where we're going to be, put it in the Mashpee message, and somebody writes down, "Dino's is closed on Monday," with a rolling eye emoji. And then I had to post afterwards, like a photo of a very full Dino's and being like, we've been there since May on Monday. So
Right.
no, it's not.
Dino's is closed on Tuesdays.
Just bothers me. I mean, like if you're gonna say something, just make sure it's the correct information before you just start speaking out of turn and you know it to be a fact. Like you've been there
Oh, no,
yourself.
see, they think they know it is a fact. That's the problem.
Social
believe
media
it's
is not
true.
real.
Because most restaurants are, I can't even say that anymore. I mean, restaurants are
We
closed.
don't even know. We don't even know.
We don't even know.
It's a day-to-day factor because we have a serious problem with employment, especially here on the Cape where it's seasonal, especially where we have small businesses that have one or two staff members that may or may not. There was a restaurant, one of our friends at their pizza place had to say, "We're not taking phone orders. I don't have someone to answer the phone."
Yes.
So go online and just please pack your patience when you're coming in. And I appreciate you still bothering with us.
Right.
But I don't even have someone to answer the phones. This is the state of affairs right now.
I read something interesting the other day. This was a national story.
When is this going to stop?
Well, here's the thing. It's not because the country is getting older, and particularly in a place like Cape Cod, where there's an older demographic anyway, there are going to be less and less people available to work. And when the young people go back to college or go back to high school or whatever, and they can't work full time at all these little restaurants and shops and everything, there isn't anybody.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's scary.
It's not like how come people don't want to work. It's like there isn't anybody to work because we're all getting older.
Yeah, that's true. And there's nowhere for them to live at this point.
Right.
So
I forget what the date was, but we're going to get to a certain point in terms of our population in the country where there are going to be more older people than younger people.
All right.
Which means there's going to be even less people available to work because so many of us are going to be older, retired, unable or not interested in working.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, with the state of affairs as they are, no one's really retiring anymore.
No, that's
Good
true.
morning, Lauren. Thanks for joining us. Amazing documentary called Telemarketers on Max. It's amazing how much people get scammed. Ugh, great. I have something else to watch that's going to scare me. I feel like that's all I do. 48% of workers on the Cape are coming from over the bridge.
That's right.
It is obnoxious. Christine, thanks so much for joining us this morning. We're just talking about the situation of it's not just restaurants, it's all
it's everywhere.
businesses not having a lack of worker. And we really got a supreme housing issue that is really impacting all of the businesses here on the Cape.
Yeah. I'm not being, I think I saw that story. Katie Couric, by the way, has a.
You just love her.
Well, no, she's got a.
She's got a new newsletter that's
I've never been a new
right?
fan, but she's got a new newsletter that comes out every day that's really good. And I would recommend it to anybody. Sign up for it, and it shows up in your email. But it's really good, and I think that's where it was.
But 48% of workers on Cape Cod are coming from over the bridge.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we have days where the bridges are closed, or yesterday where there's massive flooding everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like,
there are days when there's flooding and there's a 4-car accident, and someone. Sorry.
I'm not ready to talk about it yet, Hank. I'm not ready. I'm not there yet.
Okay. All right.
I'm so pissed.
Just
AI employment. Well, a robot's not going to be able to do that for me.
No.
Either that or the robots need to get a lot better because I got
the robots
some
aren't going to
serious
be able
problems.
to make pizza. Yeah.
Mari thinks it's even more than that. I don't know what's going to happen. Good morning, Jeff. Thanks for joining us.
We've heard various statistics like that, 40, 50, 60 back.
That's huge. Those are big numbers.
Right.
That's scary.
Right. Well, there's nowhere for. It's not that there's nowhere for people to live. There should be places for people to live, but everybody's frozen in place right now. Until that thing thaws, this is what's going to happen.
So talk to us about the market, because I guess I had misinformation when I thought that the interest rates had doubled. That was like scared doom and gloom headlines that had come out. So you are a real estate professional.
Thank you. No, they didn't double. The Federal Reserve decided to hold steady. And by the way, the interest rate that the Federal Reserve controls is the interest rate that banks use to loan money to each other on an overnight basis.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with your car loan, has nothing to do with your mortgage. Now, your bank or your lender may use that as a reason. It costs us more to borrow money overnight to finance this thing.
Okay.
To raise your interest rate. But what the Federal Reserve does in and of itself has nothing to do with it. But the Federal Reserve kept that rate steady. In theory, lenders shouldn't have the excuse to raise rates, but God knows what they'll do.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still about where they were, 6, 7, and it depends on your credit. It depends upon how much you finance. If you're looking to buy, it depends on how much equity you have in the home you currently own.
It's stressful.
Oh, it's very stressful. It's not easy anymore. It just isn't.
Well, our good friend Christy Sassoni was out there saying, just open up your eyes to other opportunities. I know buying a house isn't as easy as even renting a house is not even as easy as anything at this point in time. And putting out those applications and the amount of work that you're doing, but there's got to be another way for us to be able to get people with a roof over their heads.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
without filling up campgrounds and living out of cars. There's a family of 4 living out of a car right now in Mashpee.
Yeah.
And we're all trying to figure out a way to find a roof over their head. Like, it's not great out there. I'm concerned. Jeff Cohen says kids consider Uber Eats as legit jobs and a generation of workforce lost. Imagine going World War II with the country's president. I mean, I'm not going to get political, but I mean, it's crazy right now.
Right.
$6 for a gallon of gas in California. Good morning, Don. I loved your Barbie outfit. Very cute.
Gas has always been high in California, though.
But $6 a gallon for gas, and it's not like the wages are better there. They're really not.
No. And you can pick and choose those statistics. You can go back 4 years ago, 6 years ago. this was the price of this, this was the price of that. It's kind of irrelevant to the conversation because you have to deal with the prices.
Dan moved to Middle America right now, so he's joining us from Des Moines. So
right, I'll tell you this, folks: the cost of houses in Middle America. I think I may have talked about.
I can't do it.
I mean, we have a good friend who's part of the Tom Ferry organization that we're part of. Amanda Markham. She is a very successful realtor in we'll call Middle America, and we watch her videos.
Yeah,
and for these fabulous new houses, and they're gorgeous, and they're $450,000.
Yeah,
and Mary and I look at each other and go, "That's $750 here."
Yeah.
So it's all.
Well, Dawn says she's considering Costa Rica. There are a lot of people looking to leave the country. Yeah. That's not great.
No,
that doesn't do great for our workforce or housing issues. That's terrifying stuff right there.
Yeah, no, it is.
Not that we came here to be doom and gloom, because we're not, but I mean, somebody needs to make some changes here.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting a little scary.
Stephanie for president.
Yeah, right. My husband's trying to get me to run for local office.
Oh God, no.
I was like, absolutely not.
No. Oh no, you want to talk shit show? I'd love to see you on the board of selectmen. No way.
He really is pushing me to get into local office, and I'm like, I cannot.
No, as someone who did it for 20 years or something. No. Don't.
What is your takeaway from your time in service?
You know what? I enjoyed it as long as you're focused on, what can we do to kind of better the community. The only neat thing about being involved locally is that you can really impact your friends and neighbors. The higher you get up the food chain, the less you can.
It's a lot of bureaucracy, and it's a lot of lip service, and I can't stand slow moving, low functioning places. So that would make me absolutely crazy. I don't think that I could do it for my own health and mental well-being, put myself in a situation like that. John says, join town committee. Ugh. I don't know, Sarah.
I don't know.
I'm considering it, but I'm considering that I need to reconsider that.
Make it, if you're going to do it, don't make it selectmen or school committee where you're going to be in the line of fire. Make it one of those committees that is seen as a, do good.
Well, that's it. I'm definitely, I'm
planning board or I don't know, a smaller kind of.
I need something that's a position where we make actionable changes, because otherwise I will go crazy. I will make myself angry.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I'm not good.
Oh, I can't go back and do it again. I really at the point now where I would throw things at people.
We can't have that.
We can't have that.
I mean, like lunatics.
I love the work. I really did, but it's like you get to a point, and this is why people need to cycle off, where you've just heard it over and over again. And I couldn't get involved now because I just look at people and I'd say, you know what? I heard that 25 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Donna's saying, try being a senior right now. We have seniors that pay over $2,800 for housing where she lives in California. And that's that's incredible. I don't know any seniors of ours that have retired. What I know my mother-in-law took an early retirement for, she is going to be living with me. Yeah. I already run the Cape. Well, for entertainment purposes, sure. But when it comes down to actual brass tacks, I don't know if I can handle all that, Dan.
I have a
once again, shit show.
Excuse me. I have a former student of mine. I've probably mentioned to you, Samantha McGraw, who went off to Miami. She's a big time influencer on TikTok and everything. And love you, Sam. But she's moved back this way and she's bought a house. And I thought, oh, great. New Bedford.
Oh, all right.
I'm like, okay, that's if you're willing to.
A lot of areas are
New
up and
Bedford's
coming in
the
New
Fall
Bedford.
Rivers. And,
yeah.
I mean, there's quite a difference between Miami and New Bedford.
Yep. Just a little.
She's in for
different harbors.
Yeah. She's in for a bit of a culture, although she's from the area. But I was just thinking, really, Sam, you're in Miami. Now you're going to live in. Okay.
New Bedford has come a long way. Have you been down to their water, their shipping district?
No.
It's quite nice.
Oh yeah.
Quahog Republic has got a cute place there. Cisco is down there now. They're kind of like just making it a lot nicer by the pier and the water area.
There's supposed to be a really good Italian market in New Bedford.
I'm down for markets. I love them.
We've never We've never been, but I've heard about it for years and years. A real like Italian market, like one of the markets you'd see on Federal
Yeah,
Hill.
because when I think of New Bedford, I think of Portuguese food, not Italian
Right,
market.
and fish.
So I'm done. Yeah, right. And fish.
And fish. Lots of fish and whales.
That's right.
And Captain Ahab. Right?
That's right. So awesome. Well, do you know it is Talk Like a Pirate Day? So
Arr!
we've already been there.
Right.
I haven't made Hank walk the plank yet, but we're getting close to it.
Yeah.
It's that time for us this morning. So that was like kind of not uplifting for me as we're talking about the doom and gloom of our employment and housing situations around here.
There's got to be something good that we can end the day with.
Something fun, something positive.
Let's
I did laugh
see.
about the fact that they had lost the military lost an F-35. They just lost it.
Well, it's one of those stealth planes that you're not
it was
supposed to
stealth.
see.
We weren't supposed to find it. It's not like you're putting
Right.
your Apple
But
tags
I think they
on
finally
it or
found
anything.
it,
They
though.
did find the debris. It fell
Found
out
the
of
debris.
some other carrier
Yeah, I thought that
over
was
one of
kind
the Carolinas. So
Yeah.
I was like, whoopsies.
I thought that was kind of ironic.
Yeah.
We can't find it.
Well,
Well, you're not supposed to.
Yeah. I did definitely break my fair share of equipment.
Mhm.
I may or may not have just stuffed it back in a bag. Sorry. Once again, when you put people that don't know what they're doing in charge of things, things will break.
Yes.
We need to invest in some training for everyone on how to do everything. Maybe that will help.
Yep.
I don't know. I have no clue. All I know is we've got trivia tonight over at Shipwrecked. Make sure you swing through. Starts at about 7:30. They have a strict 90-minute table time limit. That's how busy we are.
Oh, really?
So, like, you need to come in with the purpose to play and then get the heck out. Like, it's some serious play.
So are you on 7:30 to 9?
7:30 to 9.
Okay.
So get there at like 7:15 and you should be fine. You should be allowed to stay the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious. They mean it too. Serious business. Wednesday, we've got music video bingo over at Tom Matteo's. That is from 7 until 9. And that is the only place on Cape Cod that you can get our music videos. We got some fun older and newer games this week. So we crowd pleasing, hopefully to most. Promise no boobs on the screen. That was a mishap that I hope not ever to happen again.
Whoa. What happened?
It said clean. The video was not clean.
Oh, what video was it?
It was blurred lines with Emily Ratajkowski's naked boobs on the screen. And an 8-year-old boy yelled out, boobs. Pointed.
Well, obviously you didn't shock him.
Thankfully, the mother was like, well, it happens.
It happens.
Everybody has them. Because it could have gone way worse. I pride myself on our family-friendly shows, and it said clean.
Oh.
I guess it was clean, naked boobs. Good morning, Kathy. Thanks for joining us.
And no one was offended. No one went on Sandwich News or Sandwich Scoop talking about the
unbelievable. I can't believe naked boobs graced the screen for 11 seconds.
What about the children? I hate that. Every time I see that, I want to throw something. What about the children? The children are fine.
The children ate from them. I don't know what else to tell you.
Right.
They'll be fine.
The children know more about stuff than you think they do.
They have the internet unfettered in their hands.
Don't worry about it.
They're fine.
Don't worry about it.
So we'll keep it clean this week, I promise. I've watched all of them prior to.
Right.
We will not have a mishap like that.
And if the children don't know, and if the children don't know, they've got friends on the bus they can ask. Right?
Oh, Hank, I just can't. Heroes in Transition Gala is happening this Friday. I believe there may or may not be tickets available, but you can always make a donation to Heroes in Transition. They're a wonderful organization doing wonderful things for our returning soldiers, and we appreciate them. Cindy Jones is a saint. Everybody that's involved in the organization is pretty fabulous. So I definitely recommend them. And we've got our final Makers Market of the month of September happening over at Knockabout at the brewery, 13 Lake Ave in Mashpee, and fabulous makers, local craft beers. And they've got Oktoberfest, which kicked off in Munich, Germany, and they've been celebrating over there already since like September 1.
We had one of the pina coladas last time we were there.
The frozen drinks.
Stunning.
They're really good, right? Good. The frozen ones.
Yeah. The henna person not coming.
I don't know. Rachel People have been wanting your services.
Rachel, my granddaughter wants a henna tattoo, okay? Anything my granddaughter wants, my granddaughter gets, right?
What my baby wants, my baby gets.
So, Rachel,
Your
I expect
services
to
are
see you on
requested.
Sunday.
Thank you so much for joining us. Hank and I always have a great time. Please listen to Hank. His shows are fantastic. Talk about your lunch giveaways. You just had your lunch on Lemonadio. You
I
just had your
did.
first winner. He
Just
ran a
had
contest.
my first winner, and I'm not going to remember. It was had a contest on Cape Cod Dining at Home and anywhere else for lunches that I could talk about during the lunch break show that I do.
Right.
And the winner, I think. I'm not.
Was it a bad lunch or was it a good lunch?
It was a great lunch. It was unbelievable.
Okay.
It was something shrimp with something. She's from Alaska.
Okay.
She's a member of the group. So now she's
That's so cool.
So, and I'm sending her a Lemonadio t-shirt up to
I
Alaska.
love that. Yay. Please take a photo when you get your t-shirt in Alaska. I want to see Lemonadio, Lemmy the Lemon photos in every single city in America.
Right. And I'm sorry I don't remember the lunch. I'll because it was really cool.
Yeah, you can support us on any of our social links. There's a link to where you can grab our merch. And please, if you've got any of it, please take a photo of it wherever you are.
A little pop socket.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
See?
Got a little pop.
They're really cool.
Isn't he cute?
Distinctive. No one else has one of these.
That's it.
So what I do is, because my phone is black and I can never find it, if I put it down this way,
there you go. That little spot of yellow.
No one has a Lemonadio thing. So I go, oh, this is mine. I must have left it here. Dropped it on the floor.
Spot of sunshine right there.
Right.
Support us, lemonadio.com.
Yeah.
And you can also download our app. We're in the App Store, Amazon, and also the Google Store. I believe we're working on being on Google, but you can always just attach your device if you download the app. Alexa, play Lemonadio Radio and take us with you wherever you go. Thank you so much for supporting us. We appreciate you. Hank, anything else?
Nope, that's it. I'll see you couple of hours at noontime, and don't forget Classic Jazz on Sunday. We're having a blast doing that.
Get to work and enjoy the jazz show. It's really quite good on Sundays. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye, folks.
Bye. Bye.